Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, and today I'll be reading a multi-character listener by me. So let's get into it. Midoriya Izuku. Midoriya had no idea what to expect when he saw you wearing a see-through shirt. Obviously with something underneath. Just an undergarment, but still, it shocked him. And it only made him stare. Perhaps a little bit at it really. And maybe somewhere else as well. It drew a lot of attention, and he was quite glad that you only wore that shirt in your dorm room, because otherwise some other problems would transpire between the two of you. Problems you would rather not have or argue about. So, when you completely don't actually cause them to occur, he feels like he's quite lucky and blessed. And more so that he can look at you like this. He tries to be subtle about it at first, stealing glances whenever he can, and whenever he thinks you won't notice. But you're not stupid. You know he's looking, and you enjoy it. And little does he know, him looking at you like that was the only purpose and reason that you wore the shirt for. He wanted that kind of attention, and you were more than happy that he was giving it to you. But just because he's that unlucky, you happen to look back at him and find him staring. He didn't catch himself staring at you like this. He just lost himself in thought. And you couldn't help but have his eyes stop and look at you while you were doing your own thing. And because he's so unlucky, you just caught him. So you smiled, crossing your arms. Izu, would you stop staring at me for a second? I'm sure you have much more important things to tend to. He blushes brightly at that, feeling shy all of a sudden. Oh, I wasn't staring at all, my aunt. I was just thinking. Of my shirt? Is that what you were thinking of? He gets redder at that, giggling softly because he's really caught here. And you smile at that, going towards him and leaving a soft, tiny peck on his cheek. After all, he's really adorable when he's being this way, and you can't really help yourself. Todoroki Shoto. Now Todoroki's already obsessed with you. He loves you beyond belief. Perhaps a little too much. But what can he do? It's like you put him under a spell. And there was no way in hell he would wake it up from it any time soon. So he was pretty much helpless. Not that he minded it so much. However, when you teased him like this, trying to rile him up, it was a bit difficult to get through. Because then he would have to control his reactions, trying not to blush in front of you. Meanwhile, you're enjoying it, seeing that struggle on his face. And then, when the blush gets all the way to his ears, he just can't do this. So he wraps his arms around you, kissing you softly. Please stop teasing me, Wyan. I'm weak when it comes to you. And your heart softens at his words. The way he's so gentle and so sweet. You can't help but giggle softly, melting into his warm arms. Well, you're gonna have to persuade me somehow. And how may I? You'll tell me whatever you want, and I will do it. I wouldn't mind. And you smiled softly at that, kissing him, and told him that you just wanted to spend some time with him. Some time where he would spoil you and show you his love, his affection. And Todoroki, with the way he needed you so badly, he was more than happy to oblige. And if anything, he was grateful that you asked him, because then he wouldn't have to feel embarrassed or unsure if he was being clingy or not, because right now he knew that he wanted this just as much as he did. So he would have as much fun as he can, making sure that he enjoyed spending time with him as well. Bakugo Katsuki. Well, Katsuki was really difficult because sometimes you just wanted his attention. You wanted his love and affection, and he was not one who readily gave that out. No matter how much he loved you, it would be difficult for him to admit that vulnerability, to admit that need. So it would be a little bit, well, a little bit of a hard thing, really. He wouldn't be able to make peace with it quite easily. So you wanted him to come to you and be the one to initiate affection, since you were sick of just being the one to do it every single time. And that's why you tried to rile him up. First, by wearing short shorts in front of everyone in the dorms. And Katsuki, being the jealous person that he is, it was quite a great deal for him, looking at you and feeling that possessiveness. The way he wants no one else to lay their eyes upon you when you're wearing something like this. Well, that got to him alright. Especially when you try to wear something shorter and go outside the dorm with it. And then he stops you by wrapping an arm around your waist, pulling you close to him. Nope, you're not going out like that, he says. And you just scowl. You're not really that mad. You're just scowling to see his reaction. But he does not relent. Come on, Mayan. Do you want them to look at you like I look at you? Well, how do you look at me? What do you even do, Katsuki? And, for I lack a better choice of words, he cupped your face and kissed you. Look, this is what I want to do when I look at you. Just 'cause I don't do it when I want to, it doesn't mean I don't think it. Alright? And, blushing, you find yourself melting into it, giggling softly. That's when he discovered you were just trying to get on his nerves, and let out a sigh. But with the way you're looking at him, with those eyes of yours, he couldn't resist kissing you a little bit more. It did sound like you missed him, and there was probably a good reason you were trying to get his attention this way. So, he will try and communicate better, or at least be a bit more affectionate like you need.